Hi, John. How you doing?
Oh, hi. I haven't seen you for a while.
What are you up to?
Oh, I'm just
Sharon Hillman has a passion for telling people stories, for transcribing their life experiences so they can be shared either in personal biographies or as part of larger volumes. And today, she's meeting with John Kasanoff, who, after a lifetime of working in the logging industry, has plenty of stories to tell.
Well, I started out on a farm. My dad had a big dairy farm, and I worked on the farm for 2 years after school. But I had wanted to drive big trucks from grade 1. So I couldn't stand any longer. I had to leave at 20 years old, just 20, and I learned to drive trucks immediately and went on from there in logging trucks.
Right, yes.
John did love those logging trucks, and in 1965 he started his own company.
Of course, I had all the different brands, and often I bought them used, well used, because I couldn't afford new ones. And you found the weaknesses in them as you repaired them.
In fact, John knew those trucks and their weaknesses inside out and was always sure that a better truck, more suitable for work in the woods, could be built. It was a challenge that he returned to some years later when tragedy struck.
I lost a son in the bush after many years of logging at Kennedy Lake, and I needed something that would consume me, and I didn't want to log anymore, so I left my partner Eric Netzer logging in our biggest camp above Tofino and sold the one at Kennedy Lake and proceeded to go to Vancouver to buy a drafting table and come home and sit up here all by myself in the shop and design the Challenger truck.
That truck that John designed, the Challenger truck, was different and bigger than anything else working in the woods at the time, touted as being at least 30% tougher than the rest of them. And there are still some in use around the world.
The basic idea was logging. We built trucks and trailers, and we have one in Australia pulling 300-ton trailers, there again iron ore, and we have in Guatemala. I don't even know what they're hauling there, but anyway, we have a couple in Guatemala, 5 in the tar sands. They love our trucks on big low beds in the pits at Fort McMurray.
Now, we started off this segment by talking about Sharon Hillman's passion for storytelling. But this time, she's part of a committee compiling the stories of men and women who, like John, spent their lives working in the logging industry.
I was the last of our committee members to meet him. He's created this magnificent machine, and he's a man of beyond passionate. He just glows with life.
Well, there's no denying that John is passionate about his life's work. And as it turns out, that isn't unusual among the folks that the committee interviewed for this book.
This community exists because of those men and women who put their boots on the ground out in the woods. We stand now in awe of what these people have done. There's been many books written about the logging industry in the Alberni Valley, but this is the first one that comes directly from the folks who were there.
It is a unique book, the personal stories of over 70 men and women who worked in the woods during the heyday of the forest industry. It's also a fundraiser for the Alberni Valley Hospice Society. Vital Voices Alberni Valley Loggers can be pre-ordered now for pickup after November 30th. A wonderful way to honor the history of this community and the people who made that history.